And we are live. Happy Friday, Wonder Fanatics. Boy, this is a fun Friday. Friday before just an outstanding weekend of football. Yeah, right. This show, of course, is sponsored by the WunderFan app, where you can earn just by going to games or simply walking around your campus, depending on where you go to college. Or you can even enter live contest on the WunderFan app. The best way to gamble, I think, because you're not betting real money. You're betting Wonder, the currency we created, fictional currency, which can be redeemed for actual cash vouchers. And so, for example, if you think you have an edge on who's going to win the big game, right here, go to the WunderFan page full of contests, stake your Wonder, and win more Wonder, which can actually get you real prizes and real cash vouchers. Apologies in advance if you hear any extracurricular noises coming from my apartment. We have some inspectors here. They're 30 minutes late. And if you hear a fire alarm go off, it's because, well, there is no fire here. I'm just fine. I am so mad right now. Anyways, let's do let's enough about this. Let's address the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is that, well, I decided for today's episode, we'd bring back a special pediatric physician guest. Well, pediatric kids doctor. I don't operate on kids, but I can if kids do want to gamble. This is Dr. PPR, your best medical practitioner in the realm of fantasy football. Well, there's no fantasy this weekend. He just hands out locks. Dr. Locks was taken. But I'm a nurse, and I do prescribe great football advice, whether it's player props, particular bets, and all that stuff. So that was an old character of mine. But for this week only, maybe he'll come back. Dr. PPR is back. Okay. Fine. I think we can talk about it now. It's Friday before the dreadful big game, which, by the way, I can't even say what the game is called, right? Because we don't have the rights to it. You know what it's called. You know when it's happening. We've avoided it plenty. I think we've done a great job just kind of not having to worry about it, right? To not even... we all week, we were blessed all week to have plenty of distractions thrown our way. The biggest NBA trade deadline in sports history happened, and couldn't have happened at a better time. Like, literally, the worst part about this particular big game matchup is the media surrounding it, because it's boring. At the very least, it's just boring as all hell. Who cares? We've seen this once before, and for one of the teams playing, the Chiefs, we've seen it a lot. There's nothing new. There's no more stories. There's no new angle. There's not like this teammate who has one leg that it's just a miraculous feel-good story. No, it's the same feel-like shit story that we've had for the past 3 years. 3 years. The only alternative this time is that you can maybe watch a somewhat exciting running team win, maybe, if they even choose to use Saquon a lot. That's the only caveat, is we get Saquon. I'm at here. I'm right here at my level of frustration, because the only thing exciting about this Super Bowl is Saquon. I don't care about Hurts. I don't care what kind of speech he's going to give me that he found on the internet because some 8th grader captioned it 6 years ago in Minnesota. I don't care. I do not care. And I think we've done a great job not caring. But because it is the biggest day of the year in sports, on paper, in America at least, why don't we give it the time of day for one episode? Fine. So here we go. Today's episode is about the big game. Brought to you by your favorite medical practitioner in the world of fantasy football, Dr. PPR. Okay. I'll tell you what. I don't even know who's going to win. No, doctor, I don't know. I'd like to prescribe the thought that the Chiefs are going to win just because they're the Chiefs and they're in bed with the devil and they're doing all this stuff, right? I'd like to say that. I just don't know if like the Eagles are like really good. I just don't know if that will work with the Eagles. The Eagles are a great team. And I don't think the Chiefs are that great. I think we're overthinking this whole thing. Like, we could say, yes, the refs this, refs that. By the way, what a horrible week for ref PR. What a miserable week. They're out here calling us preposterous, calling us lunatics for suggesting that the refs are assisting the Chiefs. Are you crazy? Yeah, that's called gaslighting, you schmucks. I mean, but by the way, like, prove us wrong. Prove us wrong. 100%. Prove us wrong. Oh, just a reminder, if you do want to call and join the live show, 424-299-1235. That's 424-299-1235. You can call and join the show, and you will be live. But yeah, the idea that the refs, like, the audacity to assume that we're just dumb. Like, what a crazy thought. Oh, we got a caller. We got a caller, folks. Yes, this is the WUNDERFAN show. Who might I be speaking to?
Hey there, Henry. It's Connor from Westwood. How are you?
Connor from Westwood, California, I assume?
California, correct.
Oh, well, wait, we're not so far away because I'm here in Santa Monica. How can I help you, Connor from Westwood?
Hey there, Henry. Yeah, big fan of the show, first of all. Just want to kind of talk shop about the game.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you dove into it. I just tuned in a few minutes ago. I want to talk about first touchdown scores with you.
Wow, what a great opportunity. Yeah, I mean, I'm just barely dipping my toes in this water here. So yeah, let's hash it up. What do you got for me?
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I just want to know where your head's at in terms of what team we think is going to be scoring first, getting ahead early in the big game.
Well, let's break this down. What do we think will happen? As a prescriber of medical advice in the world of fantasy football, I just cannot for the life of me get by the thought that the Eagles aren't going to march down the field at will. And who do you think is going to sniff the end zone after he sniffs someone's tush and goes right up someone's anus? I think it's Hurts all over it. I think it is Hurts.
Yeah.
Just is going to cram his face into his center's crotch and go right over the goal line. I think it's Hurts. It has to be.
Listen, I like Hurts as an anytime scorer. First touchdown, I like where your head's at. Not sure if it's going to be necessarily a tush push, but we can't discredit Vic Fangio's defense here, Martin.
Well, it's not necessarily the best Chiefs team we've ever seen, right? And so you're assuming that. And by the way, I just brought this up all week. The only immediate coverage I really got from Radio Row was that the refs are upset, right? That the refs think it's preposterous. It's lunacy that we could possibly assume that they're helping the Chiefs, right? They're gaslighting the living shit out of us. So if the refs open up the game with calls that aid the Chiefs, I mean, like, there's going to be a civil war. So I bet it will be a pretty light game from penalties perspective, just because the refs don't want it to seem like the NFL will look like the biggest choke job ever. If they're like, all week, you got the commissioner, you got the head of the refs are saying, no, us never. And it's like, if you open up with two roughing the passer calls, this and that, it's like, you're dead. The league. So I think you will see a pretty lackluster first half from the Chiefs because there's no way the refs are going to come out just throwing laundry. So I think you can expect more Eagles than Chiefs. Now, if we go that train of thought, there is the possibility that Saquon goes for just another 60-yarder. I mean, because he's so good. He is so good. So
he's the offensive MVP of the league.
Absolutely. So, like,
well, let me pose this to you.
Sure.
Say we get Chiefs lose the toss, Eagles defer, Chiefs get the ball first. Have you been introduced to a man by the name of Noah Gray?
I have, and he's a plague because all year I never had the balls to pick him up in any league. All year, Noah Gray was just sitting there, and I was thirsty for a solid tight end or even a solid flex move I played. He was just sitting there every week. Just wasn't sure if he was going to step in and take the spotlight or not. And just when I'm like ready to throw him away, 2 touchdowns, 3 like the guy was just so out of nowhere.
Yeah, he's very inconsistent though, but in the sense of just the first touchdown sleeper.
That is filthy.
I wouldn't be doing myself, or I'd be doing myself a disservice to not throw a little on Mr. Gray here.
Oh, is it 50 Shades of Noah Gray? Is that what you're saying? Are we
give a shovel pass on the 5?
God, if you're speaking this into existence, you need to be doing more than what you do for a day job, sir, because that sounds filthy, but it sounds like disgustingly probable. So, I'm not going to entertain it much more. I'm going to have to actually let you go. Thank you for tuning in and calling, but I will entertain a Noah Gray anytime. But I don't know Noah Gray first. It's so niche. It's like someone who sells shoelaces, right? Like not even shoes, but shoelaces. Like
but it's a big market.
I guess if you corner the corners of the market.
Look, I understand. I gotta log off here. My only request: if Noah Gray ends up being that first touchdown scorer, is it out of my element to request a 10-minute segment on your next show?
You absolutely. If Noah Gray scores at all, you absolutely get a 10-minute spot on the Monday WUNDERFAN show. Absolutely. Thank you, Connor from Westwood, for your time. If Noah Gray scores, you get a 10-minute spot. It's yours.
Take care. All right.
Be well. I mean that too, by the way. If Noah Gray scores, he better call back. That is gross. It's not disgusting in terms of what I don't want to see because I have a wish list. I have a wish list of things that I don't want to see, right? And it's so petty. It's really, it's very mean girly, right? It's like something out of a burn book, but we can be petty. We're allowed to be petty. This is the I can't say it. This is the big game we're getting. We're allowed to be petty. So here's my wish list of things I don't want to see. And by the way, everything on this list is probably going to happen. So here we go. Number 1, Chiefs win. Yeah, I think that's super fair. We can wish that all we want. Doesn't mean dick, but we can wish it. Number 2, I don't want to see more than 6 flags thrown all game. However, if there's 6 false starts, I get it. Big guys can be nervous. You're asking a lot of man to sit tight in a very tight stance in the biggest game of his life. So if there's 6 false starts, that's okay. But 6 actually impactful flags, go to hell. Like bury yourself. All week. If you're saying, no, we're not helping the Chiefs. What lunacy? I swear to God, if I see 6 flags, the NFL should just change its acronym to WWE. I'm so serious. Number 3. Travis Kelce proposes to Taylor Swift. Ugh. And this is so petty and so mean because I am so pro engagement and marriage and happiness. I am pro, how do I say it? I am very pro other people's happiness. And this is a moment he'll always remember, both of them, for the rest of their lives. Or, of course, until they get divorced in 6 months when it just doesn't work. But, yeah, as far as this goes, the engagement, now, especially after Taylor Swift's had her fingers in this Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds mess, which is just the biggest stain I think I've ever seen as far as just PR disaster class. I really let's keep the T Swift cameos to a minimum. I can't say don't show her at all because come on, she's one of the biggest, most influential figures of our time. So I'm not naive to say they're not going to show her, but just spare me a proposal. And I think you can actually do that if the Eagles win. If the Eagles win, I think there is no proposing. I think it is etched out, which is awesome. Okay. 10 plus tush pushes. I'm okay with a few. In fact, we're expecting some. I just said I think the first score of the game is going to be a Jalen Hurts tush push. But like as soon as you get over 10, it's like, oh God, here we go. Like it's very first of all, it's awful football. It's slow. Because you know when those tush pushes happen, it's like 30 seconds to the line, and then they go, they get it, because they usually do. And then it's another 2 minutes, right? It's because everyone's got to fucking come back to life, right? like that center, you gotta revive him, pull him from the dirt. He was just buried alive. And now everyone's all concussed and like next play is incomplete. You know, it just slows the game down. But I'm okay with a few because I think it's vital and it's very effective. And if it means beating the Chiefs, I'll take it. So 10 plus tush pushes to beat the Chiefs, fine, right? I mean, I'll write that agreement in crayon, you know, but like not all night. It's just so boring. Okay, another one. Okay, this one is so petty. I don't want to see Nick Sirianni's face at all. Like I don't like. This is so not possible. And this is like so petty, but like, no airtime, none. Like, just, I don't want to see him at all. The coach's interview, the sideline shots, you know, at the 2-minute warning in the fourth quarter. Like, I don't want to see that man at all. Like, can we just pull something out of a Black Mirror episode where like his face is just like blurred? Like, no, he doesn't have to go anywhere. Like he has to do his job for them to be successful. But like, can we just see like just gray static, like just like right here? Like, that'd be really great. Oh, and last but not least, if I see Jackson Mahomes, I'm actually just gonna shit. Like that guy should have every pass, every credential revoked, clipped. I want his credentials to be cinders and burned up. If he's at the game, by all means, enjoy the game. Your brother's playing in another huge game, monumental game. Could possibly be the first three-peat in the NFL. Don't show his little brother once. Not once. I will actually defecate on my floor just out of rage. He's like, first of all, the man's a criminal. At the very least, he's family. Right. Well, he's also a criminal and a creep. And he's weird. And he's mooching off his brother's success by dancing in our faces, which, by the way, turns like it gets turned into criminal activity with minors and all that stuff. So let's just remember this guy is a creep and has many allegations of just weird and suspect activity and behavior. Let's chill. You know, commercials are paying upwards of millions of dollars to get airtime in the Super Bowl. Let's not give a second to any criminal, okay? I'm not even going to begin to say my opinions on them showing Trump who's going to be at the game because I don't want to scare any viewers live. And that's that. Okay. Lamar Jackson getting snubbed. We got to talk about this. Like, we got to talk about it. MVP awards were given out. What is this? Like, this great season for Josh Allen, like great season, like always. In fact, he always has really good years and terrific job. Everyone thought the Bills were going to be so bad this year. Diggs gone, gutted. You playing with effectively no-name receivers and Dalton and Kincaid, right? Well, you know, he had a great year statistically, but this isn't, this shouldn't, this is the biggest snub, missed opportunity. This was not No, like absolutely not. He was not the like what a total snub. Like I can't even begin to wrap my head around like how like bad this this result is. I mean, let's just go stat by Lamar Jackson. Oh, looks like I'm a little behind here. Oh, great. You coming? Am I coming in? Okay, great. It looks like the feed was delayed. Yeah, Lamar Jackson was snubbed completely. And by the way, like if you think Josh Allen had a better year statistically than Lamar Jackson, go argue with a wall. I for the life of me, I just cannot wrap my head around this. Here we go. Yards. Lamar Jackson had 400 plus more yards than Josh Allen. Okay. He also had more completions off of fewer attempts. In other words, a better completion percentage, meaning he completed more passes. Okay. By 3% 2 less interceptions. Okay. That's great. You know, like I again love Josh Allen kept the picks to a minimum this year, something that he usually doesn't do. He's kind of been very, trigger happy, throwing from the hip, and sometimes walks away with 2 picks. Guy only had 6 picks this year. That's great. Lamar Jackson had 4 total interceptions. Josh Allen's yards per game, 219. Lamar Jackson's, 245. Josh Allen's total touchdowns, 28. Or excuse me, Josh Allen's passing touchdowns, 28. Lamar Jackson's, 41. Almost 2x. I mean, and look, you know, we talk like we could talk rushing touchdowns, right? So let's go to rushing touchdown leaders. Josh Allen has 12 rushing touchdowns. That's sick. That's really good. How many does Lamar have? Let me take a look. Let me see. Rushing Lamar. I mean, if that's what the MVP came to is that Josh Allen had more rushing touchdowns. Okay, I don't know what to tell you because all right. Not career. Google. I should have came prepared. I did come. He had 4 rushing touchdowns this year. So, okay, Josh Allen had a lot more than 4. That's like the first stat where Josh Allen has over Lamar Jackson is rushing touchdowns. Okay, cool. There's no way that is the indicator of an MVP year. It's like statistically, it's not close. Lamar Jackson also beat and dismantled Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills earlier this year. In fact, the time they lost, Lamar Jackson outplayed Josh Allen. He got let down a couple of times, a couple of nasty turnovers down the stretch, and a couple of plays that weren't made. I don't get this at all. Like, Lamar Jackson crushed the MVP last year, and then he crushed the stats that he got last year. Like, he exceeded expectations of his MVP season last year. I know the narrative, like, oh, but we don't like seeing the same guy win over and over again because, like how many Super Bowls is Lamar Jackson? Like, how many? Like, Lamar Jackson can't get done in the playoffs. Great. I didn't think this was about the playoffs. If this was about the playoffs, then what we're gonna give it to Pacheco or the Chiefs or Xavier Worthy? Like, if it was about the playoffs, then this is Saquon's MVP, right? Or if it's about the regular season, then this MVP probably should have gone to Joe Burrow. But I think there's a lot of factors that go in, right? And correct me if I'm wrong, but it's stats, it's position and standings, it's relevance and importance to team. Yes, Josh Allen is the very heart and soul of the Bills. Very much the guy that keeps them in games and keeps them beating, the Chiefs in the regular season, of course. But, you take away Lamar Jackson from the Ravens, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Both these guys have in common, they came up just short of beating the Chiefs. Like, what is in it? What constitutes an MVP? I don't get it. Is it because it looks cool? because Josh Allen looked cooler while doing it, it meant more. Like what Josh Allen, it was sicker. Like, is it like Lamar Jackson? It never, like, a lot of his stats, because he just kills teams. I don't know. I don't get it. I won't get it. I just, like people are saying this was you have to give it to Josh Allen this year. Why? They're both not playing in this big game. Like, they both failed to get to this point. Josh Allen just lasted a week more than Lamar Jackson. They both failed to stop Patrick Mahomes in some sense. Okay, so Josh Allen got a better seed because he plays in an easier division than Lamar Jackson, and Lamar Jackson still walked out with a fantastic record. But Josh Allen got to play the Jets twice, the Dolphins twice, the Patriots twice. There is no easy game in the AFC North. There is none. Even the Browns this year were formidable at times. So, listen, if you think Josh Allen deserved this MVP over Lamar Jackson, go argue with a wall. I don't know what to tell you. Josh Allen is so good. And like, I hate these conversations because it seems like you're trying to discredit the best in the world of what they're doing. But this is such an awful call. As a licensed medical professional in fantasy football and fictional games played, I cannot stand by this, and I do not prescribe to this. I cannot give my recommendation that Josh Allen is the MVP. As a medical professional in fantasy football, I cannot, in good standing with all things medical relation, I cannot do that. It's horrible. It's not disgusting. It's not like gross, but like it's pretty. I mean, I like. By the way, can we change what is known to be the MVP? Like, I feel like MVP has always been like, like regular season MVP is like this cool thing until they get zapped in the first round of playoffs. If you're gonna wait this long to give the MVP award, shouldn't it be because of what you do in the playoffs? Right? Was this MVP just like we're sorry? Like, is this the NFL's way of saying we're sorry? Maybe it was a first down. Sorry. I hope this helps. He doesn't care about that. Josh Allen, that's the worst part about all of this, is like, Josh Allen's the type of guy that is not bothered by a lack of MVPs. The dude is haunted by just barely missing out on Super Bowls every single year. That's what bothers him. So him getting the MVP this year, like, I don't think he really cares. He already has a great life. Congratulations on the engagement too, by the way. And congratulations on just an incredible career. I'm a big Josh Allen fan, but I think this MVP award was literally just the NFL's way of saying, sorry, here, take my wallet. Just here, take what you want. Take my wallet. Take it all. You can't have the Chiefs, but take my money. Here, take it. I mean, the stats they're not close. Like, it's not even like it's not a coin flip. It's not like, Jim, I don't know. Really comes to the real game of cat and mouse here, Jim. I just, it's a coin toss, and I know that Josh Allen doesn't like coin tosses, Jim, but like, it's really close. It's not a coin toss as much as Josh Allen is haunted by coin tosses. It's not. Lamar Jackson crushed him in stats. Then you got the community of, stats actually don't win football games. And of course the players do. Yes. And Josh Allen won a lot of football games playing in a shit division. Shit. Lamar Jackson played in an impossible division. Joe Burrow did not make the playoffs. And that guy is also an MVP candidate. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is like, again, argue with a wall if you think Josh Allen deserved the MVP over Lamar Jackson. Go. Argue with a wall. Whew. That's it. That's how you get a rise out of me. All right. That's it. That's all I got. I mean, about that. I'm done talking about that before I'm actually gonna lose my shit. Okay, so big game. Predictions. What do we think's gonna happen? What do we like? I already told you I think first score is Jalen Hurts. Watch this. I actually, should I go first and second score? Give me first. Watch this. Write this down. Game forecast. It is as follows. Jalen Hurts. So excited to tell you. I just can't get the words out. Jalen Hurts scores first. Right? Watch this. Then the Chiefs' misogynistic kicker, Butker, kicks in a field goal. 7-3. Then Eagles go down. Field goal. Make. Elliott. 10-3. Chiefs go down. Score a touchdown. Guess who? Xavier Worthy. 10-10. And then the rest of the game, blah, 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 blah. We're going to fast forward through this. And then with 2 minutes to go, it's tied. It's tied. And we're all so scared because we all know exactly what will happen, right? I can't say it. I cannot say it, but we know it. We know it's going to happen. So at this point in the game, there's 2 to 3 minutes left in the football game. It's either tied or it's within a field goal, right? So it's not like this whole, it wasn't really close. It was a 2-possession game, blah, blah, blah. No, it's close. It's really close because Vegas needs it to be close, right? Here's what's going to happen. Oh, and I hate this. I hate this. Yuck. But we know it's going to happen. It was a relatively quiet first half with penalties, right? Because all week the refs were just so insulted by our preposterous behavior. How could we possibly assume that the stripes and the foundation of integrity in the league, they were aiding the Chiefs? Oh, I don't know. Let's just check 4 years of evidence of crazy discrepancy of calls when the Chiefs play other teams and look at penalty yardages per game and penalties per game. And the Chiefs are the fewest penalized team per game this season. But what a preposterous thing for us to assume that the refs are helping the Chiefs. How dare you? You're yuck. You get it. The refs are going to have a pretty quiet first half because, again, if they do throw their laundry in the field, like there's some psychotic ex-girlfriend, there's going to be a riot. There's going to be this is the one city, Philadelphia. No matter what happens, every single championship season, that city is a mess, right? It's Philadelphia. They love championships. It's all like after every single championship, it looks like the Avengers just came in and just had this huge battle with Thanos, Ultron, Doctor Doom, just smoked the city. No matter who wins, Philadelphia is always a war zone during championship weekends. And if the refs are just tossing flags like they're Oprah, yeah, there's going to be some problems in the city. So the league also doesn't want to be known as the WWE. Jesus, that was huge. The league does not want to be known as WWE, is I think important to know. So it's going to be a quiet first half, right? It's going to be a real quiet first half. But that does not mean the second half, depending on what the league or Vegas needs to happen, right? Bill Burr said it best. Massage those calls in there, right? It will be a quiet first half with penalties for all the reasons I just discussed. But when they need it most, When time is of the essence and the situation is at its most dire, I need a hero. Flag on who? I don't care. You. In green. 15 yards. We're on offense. Doesn't matter. Chiefs ball. We know it's going to come. We know it's going to happen. We know it's going to happen. It's going to be a quiet first half, but the second half will be loud and painful. I know it. And I'm so scared because our hopes are going to be like, here. This is how this it's this. This is my third Super Bowl. I can't say that. This is my third big game in a row where we have the Chiefs, who are probably on the ropes. And it's not looking good for old Mr. Mahomes, right? Or his problematic family. Well, guess what? Life can be cruel and unfair. That's what I learned. I watched my Niners lose in Vegas last year. I saw it. I saw the collapse live. So I guess all I'm saying is keep your expectations precisely here, like just above the ground. Things look good. Whatever you're rooting for this Super Bowl. Whatever you're rooting for this Super Bowl. Just stay cool. Stay level. Because at any moment, it's just one phone call. Or it's one wire. And it's like, we need this. Remember that. Do I actually believe it? Of course not. I do not believe it. Of course not. Of course not. Anyways. All right. Who do I think will win? Yeah. Eagles will win. There, I said it. Eagles are going to win. Thank God. That's the Eagles will win because I can't. I'm not going to say the Chiefs will win and then have the Chiefs lose and then just look like a sheep. I'm really excited though for Monday's media day. That's the best part is like because we're all going through this together and people are going to be like, "Yo, what's the vibe of how do we feel as a country that the Chiefs just won?" Because remember, not too long ago, like 3 days ago, the map of the U.S. and every state who they want to win in the Super Bowl, the biggest option was meteor strike. So remember that. All right. That's it. I'm going to call it 40 minutes in. We had a great call from Connor from Westwood earlier in the show. Let's have a great big game. However you celebrate, remember to use WUNDERFAN. There's plenty of great contests in the app that can help you have a better big game experience without betting real money. You're betting fictional wonder, a currency that does not exist. We made it, but it does redeem for real stuff. It's cool. It's nice like that. You're welcome. Remember, you could always scroll on the WUNDERFAN app, earn Wonder that way, or if you're going to the game or going to a stadium or any sort of watch party, you may be able to earn Wonder just by being there. Download the WUNDERFAN app. Only one way to find out and know just how valuable your space is. And that's it. All right, folks. Have a great big game weekend. Absolutely cannot stand the Chiefs. Cheers. Goodbye. End stream.